Hello there, fellow e-wheelers. So today I hit the 100-mile mark on my Gotway MSuper V3S Plus while also hitting my first patch of go-heads on a trail. So it looks like I'll be showing you how to access the wheel and tire for inner tube changes. So I also picked up some preventive measures. I got the tire slime, and I have the bike tire liner, and of course I have a patch kit for the existing puncture that's in the tube right now. This seems like a pretty daunting task, but in actuality it is pretty straightforward. So the tools you will need are a Phillips screwdriver, of course, for disassembling it, a flathead screwdriver to pry the tire off the rim. You want to be careful. You might want to get the actual tire spoons for this because you may scratch your rim and put dents in them. For the tube, you will need a patch kit. These are only a few dollars, and then you'll likely want to invest in either a bike tire liner or some tire slime. I use both methods in my repair actually, as I ride every day, so I don't really need to worry about the tire slime drying up on one end and causing an imbalance. Actually, a lot of people say the tire slime rots the tires, but I've never noticed that in my entire life. The final piece of hardware is something to air the tire back up, duh. So the first screws that you'll need to take out to tackle this job are these 8 that are located towards the top of the red shell. Once you take that apart, the whole case will come in half. So what we do is once you take those 8 out, I've already done that of course, and then so you flip it over onto its right side. And now that we've got it on the right side, you're going to want to pull the trolley handle out. I'm just knocking the rest of the screws out, because this is holding the two sides together still. They're bolted on the interior of there. So there's just 2 screws on each side. Those 2 right there you do not need to touch because we don't need to take the actual handle in half. So you'll just start with removing those 4 screws and it should come off. So now that those 4 screws are removed, just pull this off both ends and then drop it on the floor. And as you can tell, we did leave those 2 screws in there, so we can just keep it together. So the very first thing on the left side to take off is this foot plate. We can use a drill on that because there's a little rod and little set screws and then the 2 little spacers. And this is one of the 2 things that you don't need to worry about over torquing it, because the rest is all drilled into plastic, so you gotta really be careful with that. Once you've taken those little set screws out, just go ahead and hammer that axle out, and then you'll pull that out, pull the screwdriver out, and then the plate should come right off. So with the foot plate out of the way, we're going to need to take the 11 screws that are on the black plastic around the side here. There is one thing that you need to be wary about, is that it is adhered to the battery pack. So when you're prying it up, don't try to pull on the pad. You want to try to get your fingernails or a screwdriver very lightly underneath the plastic and then just slowly peel it away. You'll hear the adhesive releasing. And now we just need to remove these 8 screws. You don't need to touch any other screws or bolts on the inside. And now that we removed those 8 bolts, we just need to release this clip to be able to unplug the battery. And now that we've disconnected those 3 connectors, we go ahead and open up the shell and get access to the actual tire itself. So just go ahead and start pulling it apart and gently route those wires through, or just yank them out like I did. And now we've got the entire rim and tire accessible. So next things next is we gotta deflate the tire all the way in case it isn't already deflated all the way, and then you're just gonna go ahead and want to grab your screwdriver and you stick it in there, pull it, put it underneath the tire, then pry it up over the rim and work your way around in a circle. This is the exact same process as any other bike tire ever, so if you don't know how to do that, there's plenty of tutorials on YouTube for that. Anyways guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content on the Gotway MSuper. The next video is going to be on how to read the tail lights for the battery indicator and other various stuff like that, or tips and tricks. If you're in the Denver area in Colorado, make sure you check out the Colorado EUC subreddit. We're going to organize some rides on the weekends for a bunch of people.